Hello, my name is Kaylee.
My name is Shay.
And we're tackling some big debt.
In the Big Apple.
It's Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
For real this time. Usually we record these in advance, and today, coming at you live.
You thought we forgot about you, and you were only right for most of the day.
We did. We forgot. We decided on the topic, and in our minds, I think that meant we were done.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay, but we're here now, and we are here to talk fun money. Fun money in the life of the budget that we have had together. Our together budget has always been a thing. Fun money in the life of previous iterations of my budget before we got married is relatively new in the grand scheme of things. I have always just kind of like saved up for specific things that I wanted and not just like had money planned that could just be spent on whatever I wanted in the moment. Mm-hmm. Partially because I didn't have any money.
Yes. And
partially because, you know, when you're a single person, everything feels like stuff that I want because I'm single. Whereas when we started dating, we had and have differing income, one might say, in that I have a higher income than Shay has. Yes. So it was kind of like a weird dynamic that we had to balance of like, I had money and I wanted to spend money on stuff. And she was like, I don't have any money.
Yes.
So then when it came time for us to, you know, get married and combine our finances, it was really important to me that we both had money that was just ours to do with what we wanted. Because as we combined finances and started doing things, I think the biggest issue that we ran into, one of the biggest issues we ran into, was that Shay felt really uncomfortable feeling like she had a hand in the budget because I made more money, and I was also always the budgeter, like the YNAB person.
I had my little Google spreadsheet, and so I was the person that was migrating to her system and, you know, actively inserting myself into a pre-established method of decision-making, which can be difficult, especially for people like me who don't enjoy conflict of any kind.
And I also didn't want there to be conflict. I wanted both of us to feel like we had joint ownership of the finances, because I genuinely feel like that is the case. I feel like we both have the same input. Like, on some things, one of us cares more about the thing. But as far as, like, whose opinion matters, it's both of us. Both of our opinions matter.
Yes.
And with all of that, there are just silly little things that you want as a person. And I think the act of having to have conversations about our silly little things every single time they came up,
the worst,
was going to be, like, it was annoying, and it was going to continue to be a barrier for both of us feeling like we had a little bit of autonomy in our budget. Yeah. So we started budgeting $300 total towards fun money. Just fun. We split it down the middle. We each get $150 every single month to do with what we will. And the way that we both handle it, super different.
Super different.
The things we spend it on, super different. And it has been, like, I think one of the best things that we've done.
Oh, yeah.
For our ability to, you know, we sit down every single Friday. You guys see us on YouTube, and we talk about all of our money. And so having that little small pot of money that is just ours, that we don't have to have a conversation about, we don't talk about. I bought something the other day. She walked in the room and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm spending $85. And she was like, "What the hell?" Like, it doesn't matter. I can just do things. We don't have to think. We don't have to. And it's not like I don't feel like we have to ask permission when we spend money.
No.
But it still is that act of like having to think through something with another person.
Yeah. Which
is great. And we do that all of the time. But having that little bit of fun money that I can just, boop, that's for me.
It's, I would say, prevented a lot of arguments.
Oh, yeah. Because we just buy stuff. And it's also a great way, the way that we handle it so separately. So this fun money leaves our joint account entirely. It's completely out of the bank account. The other person, I don't have access to the account that yours is in.
No.
Like, I'm sure legally or whatever, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But, like, and it's not, I don't have access because I'm hiding anything. Like, but it is really nice because when it comes time for birthdays and Christmas, we can buy things out of that money. And then she has literally no idea what I buy for her until she's opening it on Christmas. Yeah. Which, like, it's so, we are so open and transparent with our money. We're so open and transparent with everything we do. So the ability to surprise each other, even though, like, the big stuff.
we're kind of
like, I picked out my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't pick that out on her own.
Kaylee doesn't like surprises on that scale.
No.
She likes small surprises.
If you're going to buy something that is, like, a large, expensive purchase, like, I have opinions on what I want that to be.
Yeah.
Okay?
If you're going to buy me a Le Creuset Dutch oven, let me know so I can pick out the color.
Yeah, and, like, I got her a sewing machine for Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know what she wants or needs out of a sewing machine, but... Yes. I also got her AirPods, and she did not know I was getting her those at all, and so she was genuinely surprised, and that was fun for me.
I was.
You know? Things like that. So the ability to surprise each other and do nice things for each other and not feel like we have to be like, how much do we want to budget for your birthday next week? Like,
yeah.
It's nice to be able to just do things.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's discuss. Shay, how do you handle your fun money?
Well... The reason I was on my phone when we were doing our intro is actually so that I could pull up my transactions. This video is not sponsored by Diet Dr. Pepper, but by gosh, if you wanted it to be, we would be so happy about that. I spend it on a variety of things. I feel like a lot of times what it actually is very often me spending above and beyond things that we have a target for.
Yeah, you've called it the luxury tax.
It is. It's very much the luxury tax. So what I'll do a lot of times is, I'll be coming home off the subway and, those stairs are steep, man. I trip and fall into the thrift shop.
She trips and falls into that thrift store all the time.
Frequently.
It's dangerous out there.
And if that's like above and beyond clothing, especially if it's something silly that I'm like gonna turn it into something else or like chop it up and make something different out of it, that'll be fun money. I really like vintage Coach purses, so
do you want to go get one of your purses and show?
I would love to.
I think Shay has grown to really like YNAB. I really do, but she does not have her fun money on a budget. It is just she has a bank account that has checking and savings, and she keeps the money in there, and I think you split it in a way.
I do.
How do you split it between checking and savings on this bank?
Well, see, the funny thing is that there was an existing recurring transaction from my checking account to my savings account of $50 a month, and it used to be just for general savings, and then when this account got assigned as fun money, I just left that same recurring transaction, and so everything that gets put into savings is for gifts for you or birthday celebrations or nice things for you, and then everything else is for me, and I just kind of check my balance and
spend it.
She
be spending her fun
based
money.
on vibes.
She be spending her fun money.
I am not a saver.
Which is funny because you really are, but when we said this money is for spending, you said, I heard, I understand, I will do that.
It's a perfect place for ADHD spending.
True.
And normally I try to just make sure that the rotating balance is above $50 in case I want to, like, go across the street to the last word and have a little old-fashioned with Lexi. And because, things like that happened spur of the moment sometimes. But these are two fun money purchases I made that I love so much. These are vintage. I believe they are from the 1980s. The Coach Penny Pocket purses, and I have them in 2 different colors, and I have them in 2 different sizes, and they're perfect bags. And nobody can tell me otherwise. I know that we're in a big bucket bag moment as a culture right now, but truly I think this is the biggest purse I would ever need. And
You are very small, to be fair. You don't carry many things.
So I bought them on Etsy, and I replaced the original handles, which are crossbody, with slightly shorter ones because I just don't like having a shoulder bag swinging all around. I don't like it. And I restored them, so they were a little beat up in some ways. But I just, I give them a wash and I give them a condition and I make them look nice and all of that stuff. And I keep all my things in here.
This is my pen. My Muji pens.
Well, it's in my bag. So. Hello, Vogue. My name is Charlie XCX, and this is What's in My Bag.
Vampire Love, Revlon 777. Got her that for Christmas as well. She didn't know about that either.
That's my color, in case anyone's wondering. Something else I will do is, like Kaylee said, I'll pay a luxury tax. So, for example, there were a couple face products that I purchased half with fun money and half with household consumables, because they are definitely household consumables and Kaylee has access to them. However, they are very nice. And I want them to be a little extra.
When she wants to level up above and beyond the usual. And, like, usually if you buy something that's very nice the first time, it'll usually be fun money the first time. Or not totally fun money. Like, she wants to try out a fancy new moisturizer, and then she'll, like, split the cost of, like, household consumables and fun money. But then if she likes it a lot and it becomes part of the usual routine, then that's just... Then we just adjust the regular budget for that. But to try out new things is usually often... Yeah. Any other comments on your fun money before we dig into mine?
As someone who may or may not have diagnosed ADHD, it is really, really nice to have a portion of spending that it does not have to be planned and can exist at the whims of whatever fun, funky stuff I have going on in my brain. And I highly suggest having a small portion of your budget be designated for impulse purchases if you identify with anything I've just said.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I, on the other hand, big old nerd. Big old budget nerd. So let's I got a budget for this, so let's take a look. To start, Party City. It's my fun money. I thought of it one day, I thought it was hilarious, and every once in a while I go... Even though they're going bankrupt now, so maybe not the best of references there.
I know, should I name mine Joanne Fabric just so we match?
Oh, it's tough out here. Party City. I was like, Party City, that'd be a funny place to live. Fun money. I don't know. I have a Capital One checking account and a Capital One credit card with cash back. And I do all my fun money spending on the credit card, pay it off immediately with the checking account. This is where my fun money lives. It's optimized. Of course it is. Have we met?
Mine is not optimized.
Nah, but that's okay. It's your business. The amounts, I guess, don't look at the amounts. We're not going to look at the amounts. It's just my business. We had I won't say argument, because we have not had a real argument in years, but we just poke at each other. We had a conversation. Shay had some strong words with me not that long ago because I was saving too much of my fun money to spend on her.
Yeah, and it was making me feel bad.
My argument is that is fun. So she made me reduce the amounts I'm saving for her presents.
You were saving like 60% of your fun money. More than half is not appropriate.
I was saving a lot of my fun money. And then at Christmas, I just bought her everything she's ever wanted. She gave me a list. You know how you make like a little Christmas list? She made the Christmas list. I bought everything on it. Yeah. And she was like, this is too much, dude. Too much. And I was like, but it's fun. I'm having fun. It's my fun money.
If I can't reciprocate, it's tough.
That's fair.
When I signed on to this marriage, I had not been informed that one of your love languages was gift giving.
The issue is that my love language is all of them. The top two things on my fun money. Okay, close your eyes for a second. So I have targets for most of my fun money, for most of it. So every month I save this amount of money for Shay's birthday. And this used to be $50 a month, but I have reduced it. Hey! I have reduced it because she made me, because I saved $600 and spent it all on her for Christmas or whatever.
It was too much.
So this also, to be fair, you don't have to keep covering your eyes. Okay. You know how much is in here. The birthday, the amount I was saving for the birthday, to be fair, was before we made the change in our regular budget to save up for our birthdays in our regular budget. Yes. So I was like, I can take you out to dinner with this money. But now it's just present money. And yeah, okay, maybe for your birthday as an adult that feels like a lot. But I say, too bad. I'm not doing it again. So, those are my targets for the month. I save this amount of money for things to buying nice things for my wife.
Yeah. I suppose, to be fair, I also went really hard on your birthday, but it was just... I planned an absolutely fantastic, very Kaylee forward birthday party.
There are not many things in this world that I would want you to buy for me versus buying for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy technology things. That's a lot of what I buy with my fun money is like video game forward, technology, computer things. I like that stuff, but that's not something that I would expect you to buy for me or want you to buy for me. Those are things that I enjoy picking out for myself. So that's also part of it. I have many a category in my fun money account. Wifey. That's my wife. Maine. Ignore Maine for a second. We'll get back to it. Subscriptions. I don't have any, but I want one. My brother Kenny is talking me into getting PlayStation Plus. I don't need it. Like, I don't play games online, but he's talking me into it. I might get there. Bits and bobs. That's just some little stuff.
What is the difference, if I may, between booze and Silly Goofy?
Silly Goofy was sports betting.
Oh.
But I did that. I put $25 into, what was it called? DraftKings, and I let it roll for a whole football season, and then they made me mad, and I pulled it out, and I never did it again because they angered me. So I guess I could probably delete this.
Yeah.
But it was Silly Goofy. Because if I lost it all, $25, lost it all, I was like, that's just a Silly Goofy fee.
Yeah.
So it was called Silly Goofy. So I'm actually, you know what? Good point. I'll put that right into the... Boop, boop. Gone. Okay. These are just when I do little things. Just some little stuff. I bought a, I don't know if you can see it. Here, I'll unplug it so you can see it. This is just a little charging stand for my phone that sits so I can have my phone open but charging at the same time while I'm working. So little stuff like that goes into technology. Holding is just holding for when I am probably going to spend on these things. Ordering food if I'm ever out and I buy food for myself, which I honestly don't really do anymore. Video games. So this whole section is mostly just a wish list. I want these things. I want all these games. When I buy... This game doesn't exist yet. But when I hear about games that I know I'm gonna want, I put them on here. Grand Theft Auto 6, not out yet. Cyberpunk 2, that's not the name. It doesn't have a name. Has not yet been announced when it's gonna come out.
You just have a feeling it will?
No, I know they're working on it.
Oh,
I just don't... Like, they haven't announced anything about it, but I know I'm gonna want it, so it's on the list.
Got it.
My personal wish farm. Oh, I bought this. Yay.
Sorry, what was that?
That's gonna go in.
I'm gonna need to see that little dance one more time. Thank you.
Bought that. I want a new coffee mug warmer. The Super Note is like a electronic writing pad tablet that saves your notes.
And this is another problem, is that I can't buy her gifts because she just buys them for herself.
Listen, but here's the thing, but if you buy it for me before I'm done saving up, then I get 2 gifts, right? The gift and a bunch of money. But yeah, so all the things that I have ever wanted, I write down and put in this budget, and then she's like, stop it. Yeah. Books. This is a list of books that I want to read. I'm probably not going to buy these books, but I just...
You have that one. The 4-Hour Work Week, you have it.
You're right. I got this one from
For
Shay's
free.
sister for free. This is just for transferring to checking. This is the credit card payment. So, main. I have a lot of things, mostly on video games and books, that make this budget really tall. And I don't like scrolling and thinking that hard. So, I made a little section where I can save up for little things without having to look at everything. Is this technically probably how YNAB is intended to be used? Probably not. Does it work for... So really, this is my budget right here, these and up. And then this is just lists of things I want.
Yes.
Really. So I also, like, every other Tuesday, me and my friend at work, my friend Marco, we go and we get coffee at a new coffee shop around the office. Mm-hmm. And we alternate who pays. So I put $20 a month into this category. So when it's my turn to pick up the tab, I think next time is my turn, actually. Mm-hmm. And I just, tap my Fun Money card and we keep it pushing. So I put $20 a month towards that. Mm-hmm. And so what I also do for my Fun Money is on the PlayStation, there is a section called Wish List, and you can put all of your things. You can put all of the games that you want on the little wish list, and it will alert you when one is on sale. So right now, I have a couple games that I'm playing. I'm like really focused on Diablo 4 right now, but I every month put a little bit more money in my video game category just so if one of them comes up on a good sale that's like really worth it, I'll just buy it because I've got money set aside. I waited for a good sale and I just buy it and keep it pushing. And that makes me very happy. Mm-hmm. Or I get things like I get gifts that I want, or I get games that I want for Christmas gifts, and then I can take them off my list. Either way, this way I save up for little things that I want, kind of nebulously. Like I'm like the big wish farm items are the things that I kind of save up more specifically. Like I'll probably buy this one on a whim once the wish farm gets up over a certain amount. But like big things like $450 items, I'll save up for that intentionally over time.
Very cool.
Like I just bought my new black PlayStation 5 controller. I saved up for that one over like a month or two. So that's how I handle my fun money, which is a little different than
Super
what Shay's
different.
doing.
Actually, could not possibly be more different. You are using every organizational tool you could possibly have at your disposal, and I am using vibes.
In a major way. All right, anything else on fun money?
No.
No. That's how we're handling it. It's different because we're different and we think about money differently.
Yeah.
And we leaned into that, let it rock. Having a wonderful time with it so far. I think
Yes.
it's working out really well.
Super well.
I've been enjoying buying myself things.
Cannot recommend, especially if you share your finances with a partner. Cannot recommend it enough.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you on Friday for our regularly scheduled budget video.
Heck yeah.